Hello everyone, this is Lego here again with a part 0 of the how to write Gallifreyan in Inkscape tutorials, I suppose. The first two parts, part 1 and part 2, go into details about the actual effects and the tips and tricks that I use in Inkscape, how to use the different tools in here to specifically write circular Gallifreyan. But there's no video that puts those steps together to make a comprehensive, simple example of the typical tools. So this is part 0, I suppose. This is what you are going to be able to do once you go through my tutorials. So consider this as a bit of a how things will end up. Any of the tools I don't explain here will be explained in those more in-depth videos, but this is a quick video to show how those tools in effect work when you implement them right. So without too much babble here, this is a blank document. I haven't even saved it. I just opened this up. This is what I will do every single time, and this is what I recommend anyone doing every single time. Start off with setting up your document. So this is an A4 template. That's just standard Inkscape stuff for me. I go lock my aspect ratio. First of all, I make sure the scaling objects scale the stroke width by the same proportion is turned off. That means if I scale anything up and down, the width doesn't change. I'm in control of the width at all times. So that's the top here. I have my tools over here, my colors at the bottom. I may have more colors than you, that's just how I like it. But you can scroll up and down here. You have your menu over here for different palettes. Nothing special there. For the extra menus, I have a couple over on the right. I always have my fill and stroke menu. I have a menu for aligning stuff. That goes for objects as well as nodes. I have a tab for the different layers when I get more complex. For now, I'm just going to stay with one layer, the standard one. I have a menu for exporting stuff. So when I'm finished with my project, what am I going to export and how I'm going to do that. And then I have a tab for path effects. Those aren't always used, but they're nice to have available. If you don't know how to open any of these tabs, well, the fill and stroke is found right there. Click that button, it'll appear. The layers is right there. For the distribution, you go to object, and then you have align and distribute down here. That's a nice one to have. Then for the export menu, well, you have the export over here, right there. And for the path effects, you have appropriately under the path tab, you have path effects right here. Those are also called live path effects. The other important stuff you might need to do if you're completely new to Inkscape and haven't watched the other tutorials, you will go, you'll use this a lot. Union, difference, intersection, exclusion, these different path effects, but mostly the difference. I have a shortcut for that. And I have a shortcut for the cut path as well, and the division. But for all you need to know is that the different cuts are used for different situations, but for the most part you'll want the difference. That's just basic entry stuff. The rest of the tools I'll explain as I go, but now this is the basic document I have set up. That's what I always do. I'm going to make something right in front of your eyes. No timeline, no speed up, no nothing. And I'm going to time myself a little bit on this just to show you how quickly it can be done. And I'll use a simple example. I will write the phrase, "This is a test." This is about as basic as it goes. 4 words, small letters. Few letters in the word. Fairly straightforward. So I put this down here for you to see, but first of all, I just want to go through the thing and make it, and afterwards I'll talk a bit about what I did and why. So without further ado, completely new document. Let's see what it takes to write this text. Right, so first of all, I'll take a circle. I'll do some commentary while I go, but not too much. I have a circle. I'll add the thickness. It's 1, maybe I want 2. That's fair. Make it a little bigger. I will want to put that in the center of the page. Center that up. Nice. I'll duplicate it, make it a little smaller, right, that. And we have 4 words in here. So this is the framing, this is the sentence. We have 4 words in here, we have 1, and I'll make that a little smaller, so I'll go maybe 1.5. 1.5. This, and the second word is smaller, is only 2 letters, so it's a little bit smaller. This is A, and this is a big one as well. So too big, a little bit smaller, a little bit smaller. That's just a rough estimate of how much the words take up. Now I know T, S, S, and the T's are all divots. So I have a fairly big, a number of ways I could work with this. So I'm right now envisioning the different letters and how they interact with each other. So I'm making some overlaps here. This, you don't have to know this, but this is just how my mind works by now, making some estimates about how I can make everything fit. THIS, TIAS. So maybe I will do something. Maybe I'll do something like this. So this is the iteration phase, right? You do some stuff until you figure out what you want. This goes on there. This goes on there. That's okay. This is what I think I'm going to do. This is an A. I don't care about that. This is an IS. So we have some proto words here. This is the I, and then I'm going to take an offset of this as the S right there. I'll make that red just for now, so I know that I'm going to cut that. This is a TEST. So the first T here I'm going to make right here. That would be that one. So that's a cut into this word, right? TE. And then we have an S and a T. I could make that a double. Let's make that a double. And I'll actually integrate it into the actual word sentence. So I'll maybe do this. Make a duplicate. Something like that. And something like that. So this is the different cuts that I'm going to make. The thinnest one is here is going to be the sentence. That's going to be that. That's going to be that. This is going to be the T right now. So I'm just making a quick arc here. That's the T. This is going to cut into the word circle and become the S. And this goes into the circle, which means I could do one more. Maybe I want to do one more. Like that. Time will tell. So that's the TEST. Figure out that. That's done. That's done. That's done. That's just going to be an A. Let's put the A right there. And now we have the first word. We could do a TH, but that's not very impressive. Let's go with, this is going to be, make that blue. That's a T. H. Make a copy of that. Make it black. Make that small. This is the I. And then a second S. We already cut in there, so let's cut here maybe. Make that blue as well. So the blue cuts are for the first word. The red are for the others. So this is a bit of color coordination to make everything fit right. That. Let's say this is a test. I think we're done here. Yeah, we're pretty much done. I'm going to take a copy of this, raw, text, uncut, make a copy of it, and then move the thing to the left or right with the arrow keys and the shift, so I know they're precisely located over there. And now let's cut the thing. I'm using the shortcut for this, but it's just a difference operation. This is a, that was good, then that goes there. This one goes there. This one cuts in there. This is just supposed to be black. And here we have the double letter. This is for the sentence circle. I may cut it now, I may wait until later, I'm not sure. Oh wait, I forgot to cut over here. What to do? I lost the circle. Let's get it back. It was this circle over here, right? And I just might have made a mistake. This is a cut, so I don't actually have the space to do this arrangement. So this is a mistake on my part. I could be cheeky here. Let's be cheeky. It's a little bit close here as well. Maybe I'll remove that. Take a copy of the old one. Use the arrow keys, get that back. Uncut. And then I'm just going to scale it down slightly, like that. Put that over there, and everyone is happy. I'll also need to get this one back. There we go. And cut. And I'm going to need this back. This is why you keep backups, people. And I'm going to do this and that, and there we go. And now we are back again, but slightly more space there. So for this, I'm actually going to be a little bit creative with the endpoints here in a moment. But first of all, let's make this thicker. 1.5, that's 3, just twice the thickness. Make it black. It's not a problem in this case, except right there, and just take the nodes a little bit and either that. There we go. All good. Now let's see what we can do with this. THIS. Letters. Right. So HIS. Let's go back to 1.5 for now. And I'm now trying to connect some of the elements that I care about. Something like this. And I'm using arcs for now because I think they're pretty fancy. Let's put that in there. Put that in there. 1, 2, 3. We need one more. Let's make a straight line to fill out some of the space over there. And then let's take that and curve that. Let's make a curve out of that. We'll, instead of making a big circle and take that, we'll just make a straight line and use the node tool to make a little curve like that. That looks pretty good. It's passable. THIS. It would be pretty prudent to put a straight line here. That would be pretty swell, I think. Let's make that stop there. And then we need, or rather we want, a circle like this. Make it circular. Do that. Let's actually make that a double circle. That would be pretty cool, I think. So we'll take a copy of this one. Turn that back over. Then I'll scale it slightly down. Like this. That looks good. And then we can make a arc here. Duplicate that. Take the endpoint. Put it over there. Put the endpoint over. Well, let's stop that there. And this is a square end. I don't like looking at that. So let's take these, make them rounded. This is going to affect nothing for this one, but it could go either way. So that's the A, that's the A, that's the I and S. So this is a TEST. The only thing we need here is 3 lines for the thing. Now, I'm going to remove those temporarily. I'm not sure I want them, but let's put them over here for now and add some circles, or almost circles, to this S. We want one endpoint there. I'm going to make this round as well. It's already round. I'm going to take this, put it not quite touching, but something like that. Duplicate, small. I'm going to take this endpoint, put it over there. Something like that. And then one more time to complete the pattern. In there. And in there. So this is a cheeky little way of making 3 lines for the S without touching the T. That looks pretty swell. I am pretty happy with that. And now if we take these back again, I want to see how they impact the piece if I actually make them. I don't really think I like. I don't think I want that. I think I'll maybe scale them down a little bit, something like so. Away with that. We'll take this. We'll do that. Something like that. Have a little divot there. This T, I'd like to have a divot there as well, so I'll take a copy of this, put it over there, scale it down a bit, something like that maybe. Differential operation again. We have some space up here. I'd like to make something. So let's take a circle there, duplicate, slightly smaller, and then I'm going to cut into both of them. So first I'll take this like this, and then I'll do that. All right, boom, there we go. So that's just the outer circle. And we are pretty much done with the raw text. Now at this point I might take a copy again, duplicate, put off to the side, because well, there could be a variety of reasons why you want to do that, but for now I want to focus on this. This is a mistake, but we can pretty quickly rectify it by just going to the node tool, there and there, adding some extra nodes. This segment, go away. This segment, go away. The endpoints are square, don't like that, make them round. This now looks pretty intentional, right? You have the whole word easily visible. There's no arguing about what it is and what it isn't. So, THISISATE, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything checks out. Let's add a punctuation. Let's say that I wanted to write a period. There we go, period. Let's put that right there. There's a nice big space here. Boom, period. What else we got? Well, we can look into some of the effects. Now, smaller pieces tend to be better with effects, but that's up to you. I'm going to take a look at, well, first off, before I do anything of that, I want to just take a look at the thicknesses. Maybe I want to make this one thicker. I definitely want to make that one thicker. There we go. This one probably, maybe slightly bigger as well. There's no mistaking the fact that it's an E, so I can make that a little bit tiny bit. What else we got? Well, this one. This should be chunky as heck. Big chunky boy. There we go. And I really like that one as well. Let's make that thick. Let's make that, that's not that thick, more thick. There we go. And I really like, I think we should make that one thick as well. I think that would look pretty good. Yeah, so already that did something. Let's take the other one, make that a little bit bigger as well, like that. Now we're talking. At this stage, I mean, you could stop here, but for the demonstration, I'll go on with some effects. So this is a long, thin line. Let's make that not long and thin. Let's add a little bit of an offset. No, not offset. Power stroke. Take the power stroke, something like that, and then we'll take. No, actually, that's fine. Let's go with that. There we go. Not too much, but just enough to, you can tell that it gets thicker. That's fine. This one I want to make really chunky. Let's go with the butt. Now this is still a circle, so I have the handles for scaling. Like this, I can do that. Like that. That looks pretty good. Or something. This I just want to make a straight cone out of. Let's say, I mean, this is technically This is technically a line, right? Let's make that a little bit less ambiguous, something like that. I mean, it checks out. And these I don't want to touch because it looks better as a pattern. So this is the line work right here. Maybe I'll be happy with that. But let's say I want this to not have any intersection. Let's take the node tool again, add a node there, add a node there. This section go away. There we go. Now it's on top. Maybe I want this one to be on top as well. Again, node tool. There, gone. What else we got? Well, we got this punctuation. I really like it going through. Actually, I'll keep that. But is there anything else I want to show with this? Is there anything else I want to show? I'm not really sure. I think that's covered everything. Quick little easy tutorial with some of the basic tools and tricks, some of the different effects we can have, some of the different iteration processes, the backups, the retrieving extra stuff when you need it to. I think that's covered pretty much the basics, and I don't want to go into too much detail because you can go on and on and on, especially for when you're going for a certain technique or a certain effect. You can go on and on about a lot of stuff. So this covered a little bit of everything: node manipulation, the process of setting up your words and circles, and how to cut stuff like that. I think this is probably it for this little demonstration of the workflow that I recommend. I guess one last thing to do here, because I rarely do black and white. Let's actually do color work. So this is you can see paths, circles, and arcs. None of it has both a fill and a stroke. That's very important. I forgot the dots. I'm so caught up in this because there's no dots in this. Well, I guess we really lucked out. There's no dots here at all. This is a bit. Now that I look at it, it looks a bit weird. No dots at all. Well, if we had any dots, they would be fills only, no strokes. Right now we have only strokes. That means I can do a pretty good and clean thing with just strokes to path. It'll have everything pathified. Then I go union. This is now one thing. I can color it however I want, and maybe I want it to be red and have a little bit of a gradient. This is not a good tutorial on color work, but it just means I just wanted to show you how I unionize the thing, and because that's one of the most important steps for me when I do the color work. And in this case, I might just go with a linear gradient with something like this, and maybe I'll take a new circle, and I'll make it deep blue, center it up on the page just like the other one. There we go. Put it below, something like this, and I will give it a circular gradient. I'm just spitballing here. I'm not sure this is any good, but that could be one way to do that really dirty. And I now need to cut this. So let me just do that real quick. I don't recommend you doing this particular way of coloring in a background. You should have a dedicated background layer with dedicated shapes, but for this it would be good enough, I guess. It's still clearly contrasting. It's fine. So this would be the way to go about that. One way, not the best way, but quick. Right, this is all I think I wanted to show with this, and let's look at the time. It took, I want to say, what, 20 minutes? That's not too bad when I'm talking and working. Right, I will stop here. I highly recommend looking at the part 1 and part 2 of the tutorials for working with Inkscape on Gallifreyan for a closer look at the different tools and different techniques you can use for this. But this was a quick demo, and I will see you another time. Bye.